Hi guys, it's Maggie here. A lot of you know me on social media. I've been there for a number of years now, and I've helped some of you either through my groups or through personal messages. I've supported you in a lot of the things that you've done and needed help with. For those of you who don't know me, well, you're about to find out a lot more. This stuff isn't easy for me to share, but if it helps even one person, then I've done what I set out to do, which is help people. That being said, I'm going to ask you a few questions and, answer them in your mind. You don't have to post about them or anything, but just think about it. Do you have chronic inflammation? Kidney stones? Do you get a lot of kidney infections? Do you have kidney disease? Do you have fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease? Do you have leaky gut, GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, otherwise known as reflux? Or an autoimmune disease? If you answered yes to any of those, guess what? You're not alone. In fact, I have most of those things myself. What I don't have, either a family member or someone I know does. So I have a fair bit of experience in all of those things. But before we go any further, I have to make something abundantly clear. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose, treat, or purport to cure any disease. Okay, I can make your life a little easier, a little less pain-free, but I'm not going to cure you. Sometimes, though, you just need someone to reach out to, someone who's gone through the same things, someone who's got a few tricks up their sleeve. So, I know what it's like to be sick. I don't wish it on anybody. In fact, if I can do anything to help someone, I'm here for you. My mission is to empower women with health issues to regain some of their mobility, at least, if not all, to reduce inflammation and pain, to create a happier lifestyle, a happier mindset. And that's all in support of being able to do the things you love. Some of the things you may have had to give up already. And maybe you can get those back again. I'm telling you this because my inflammation and my pain were so all-encompassing that I had to give up a lot of my favorite things. I was an artist. That's who I was. You ask me, who are you? I'm an artist. I'll always be an artist. Until I couldn't be an artist anymore. I loved camping. And I loved hiking in the wilderness. But I had to give that up. Now, if you know me at all, you know that nature is my all-time favorite passion. I photographed nature. I painted nature. I love being outside and listening to the birds. I loved seeing the animals, the trees, the flowers, the lakes, the streams, the rivers. Even the desert was beautiful to me, and the ocean too. I loved everything to do with nature. But I had to give up hiking I couldn't walk very far. So I became someone who could only experience nature from the comfort of a vehicle. Sure, I could, put down the window and take some pictures, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as being out, walking around, and A, getting some exercise, and B, just enjoying the fresh air and just the sounds all around me. I really miss that. I also loved gardening. Part of my, being in nature, right? I could listen to the birds. I grew an incredibly huge vegetable garden, the likes of which you've probably never seen other than perhaps a commercial garden if you've been to a pick your own or something. Mine wasn't quite that big, but it was really big for a home garden. It was huge. I grew everything we needed. All the vegetables, not all the fruits, but most often I grew quite a few of them. And I canned them, I preserved them, I pickled them, I froze them, I cooked from scratch. I did everything until I couldn't. By that time, I couldn't even clean my own house. And I ended up in a deep, dark pit of despair. Everything I loved doing had been forcibly ripped away from me. All I could focus on was what I couldn't do. I had no dreams, no hopes for the future. The only thing I saw was more grief and probably life in a wheelchair. But then I had an aha moment. I realized that all this negativity I was feeding myself was actually making matters worse. And then I remembered something my mom did when I was a young teenager. Friday night, I had gone out to babysit, and I returned very early in the morning. Now, of course, most people would say, okay, yeah, well, you were tired and you went to bed and you probably slept in, right? Probably slept in, but not in my house. No, no, no. My family had a rule. On the weekends, everybody had to have breakfast together at 7 a.m. So guess what? After about 3 hours of sleep, I got roused out of bed to get ready for breakfast. Boy, was I tired. So I came to the table feeling sluggish, a little pale, but nobody in our house was allowed to complain. So guess what? I didn't say anything. Now, my mom, she saw my pale complexion, and right away, immediately, she began badgering me. How are you? Are you okay? You look sick. Are you sick? Are you sure you're not sick? Maybe I should take you to the doctor. You look sick. Do you have a fever? You must be sick. And she kept on, even though I told her I was just tired. She just, didn't get that. But you know what happened? After all that badgering and thinking about being sick, guess what? I actually started feeling sick. That's how the brain works. When we hear something repetitious over and over and over again, either inside our heads or from someone else, we eventually believe it. And we make it happen. So fast forward, I realized at last that all this negativity was only fueling more negativity and possibly even more illness. I realized I needed to change my way of thinking, change my focus. Now, I'm not going to tell you it was easy. I'm not going to tell you it worked in a heartbeat, but I did turn my life around 360 degrees. Now, why am I telling you all this? Do I need your sympathy? No, I don't. I'm happy. I'm quite well adjusted. I can manage my life quite well. Thank you very much. I'm in a good place. I'm regaining my mobility little by little, but it's coming. I'm reducing my inflammation. I'm reducing my pain. And as for kidney disease, well, my kidney disease has been relatively stable since I started doing a few things. Kidney infections? I can't even remember when I had the last one. That's how long it's been since I've had one of those. So, how did I accomplish all of this? Well, I got some tools along the way. I worked on mindset, because what we tell ourselves, we believe. I worked on reducing my exposure to harmful substances, whether it was in my food or in my products. I improved my emotional balance, my relationships, and I hydrated and detoxed my body. Speaking of hydration, guess what? I have a 7-day hydration challenge, absolutely free, nothing for you to purchase. It's happening today, starting this morning, in my group. Now, it's a private group. You do have to ask to join it. You do have to answer 3 questions before you'll be approved. I will post the link in the comments. So, I'm going to ask you, are you ready to be empowered? Are you ready to learn a new mindset? Are you ready to reduce the toxic load on your body and your organs? Are you ready to feel better? Now, I'm so excited about something. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, just because I can't help myself, because I'm so excited about it. I've got something really epic happening in October. I'm working on something so huge. I've never seen anything like it before. I doubt that you have either. Now, I'm not ready for the reveal just yet because I'm still working through it, but you won't be disappointed. The precursor to this, though, is the free hydration challenge. So hop on over to the group, join now. I can't wait to meet you. Bye.